Hello and welcome to our first look at Japan Expo 2025. And we have just come from over there, Nintendo pop-up store. There will be a video up later. We have the Nintendo Switch 2 publicly on display, which I think is one of the first times. I mean, Nintendo did an event where you had to win tickets. Fortunately, we did not win tickets, so we did not get a go. So definitely we'll be having a go at some points. So this is our first look through. Hopefully, if I'm not too busy and getting sidetracked with all these exciting things, I will do a way longer walk around. I know I said that at MCM and it didn't happen. We thought we had another hour. That's why that didn't happen. So this time we're definitely going to make it. I just seen Sega. I have a huge Demon Slayer. We have a side games booth that does just look really awesome. I've had a look. So sadly there's no Genshin. I don't think there was Genshin last year, but we do have a Honkai Star Rail. It's quite interesting that they're really pushing Star Rail because they had one at MCM, and luckily it looks like the line is a lot more controlled than it was at MCM. It was a bit of a free-for-all. Me and Scott did consider going in, but we didn't in the end. We got the Crunchyroll area with all the little, they haven't quite gone as extreme that year. They let me do that Attack on Titan thing. If you don't know, they like had one of those like bounce things. It's on one of my older videos. It's like one of my first Japan Expo videos. So we're here, back here this year. Sadly there is no HoloLive, and legit, we were not coming last year and they announced HoloLive, and I was like, are you really going to give up your one chance to meet HoloLive in Europe? And I'm so glad I did, because I think they've done an event in Poland, but apart from that they haven't done anything to that scale here in Europe. We really were hoping. We did have a feeling they may not come because of Anime Expo, but it turns out they've not done really any event. I think they're concentrating on the baseball game, on the Dodgers game. And this is say, here in France there are so many manga companies. You're going to see manga that you're never going to get in English, and also there's a lot of manga that is published in French and French only, sort of. Right, it's awesome. Dan. If you have not seen season 2 yet, I've seen the first 3 episodes. Absolute hype. Like, I'm really excited for that series. Of course, I loved it last year, and season 1. And I go like, oh, I see something. There is so much Berserk here. It's like Berserk here in France is huge. There's like another area where there is a Berserk display, and there is another one there, of course, with Guts. I hope there's like a little button, and you press the button and the Guts theme plays, and you just play it when you're sad. And definitely in the longer look around we'll take a look at some of the manga, but not right now. We got Bandai Namco, so I do have to be careful, because I do know there's some stores where they have big signs saying do not film, so we're going to be respectful to that. So I may take a couple of moments being like, hey, can I film here? I don't know what that is. That looks like something that is, oh, there's that series that's really popular in France. We have a Gachapon area, like slowly becoming the Gachapon channel. Let's have a peek. They definitely have some stuff they don't have back home in England, which is getting quite. I have not seen these Mario ones. This PlayStation one they've done is really cool. They got Powerpuff Girls. Don't tell my sister, she loves the Powerpuff Girls so much. Even got Gundam, the Horobots. Cannot go wrong with the Horobots. Gachapon within a Gachapon. I love it. Even got Batman. It shows you everyone. And then we got a display of figures. We got a whole Kirby area. And we got things like One Punch Man and One Piece, all the ones. Oh, we got a whole Tamagotchi area this year. That's awesome. That's really cool. Oh, I just realized this is like the Gundam. This is the Gundam area. This is massive. Like, guys, I hope MCM gets a massive one like this. But then again, we did get that, oh, this is from the new series. I've heard mixed things about the new series. I've only seen those first 3 episodes. I do want to watch it. It does sound interesting, but it sounds like one of those things, it got a bit rushed. It was only 13 episodes, which is very rare for a Gundam series. I don't think I've ever known a Gundam series. Oh, this is cool. So you can just like grab the kit you want. There's actually maybe a better way to do it in London because how big those lines. Oh, cool. You can actually kind of see more what, especially these more con exclusive, even though they're more the Gundam shop exclusives. But I do like these clear ones. The clear ones are so cool. They're like the favorite ones to build, especially when they get like an SD one. I'm a sucker for the SD Gundams. I think they're so cute and they're just so much fun to do. So let's look at cool the other main area. It's interesting they're now considering that area the main, because this used to just always be the main area. Oh, we've got Panini manga. I was actually speaking to one of the fellows at MCM because Panini manga did their first booth at MCM. They said of course Panini also does comics and they have more licenses here, but it's awesome to see companies going, hey, you know, there's some unlicensed stuff here in England, let's sort of go and grab some of it. Oh wow, that shows you how it's skilled again. They got Crayon Shin-chan. You know this channel, you know I am a sucker for Crayon Shin-chan. They showed an English dub of it on Fox Kids in England. I'm like, oh no, it's a mascot. I gotta go and take a video of him. Like, this is like the 3rd mascot. I saw Mario and Luigi. There he is. No idea who he is, but he's a cool mascot. And that's all that counts. And let's go around here. I believe this is where some of the artists are. I definitely got to catch up with one artist because they followed me on Twitter and they're really good artists. And I've seen some of the stuff they have. And I'm just like, I must just go and spend a load of money. So it was really nice to actually be followed because not all artists always follow. They found me redeemable to. They consider me cool enough to follow. And looks like we got a Sylvanian family area again. Another, oh my god, if my sister was here, we'd be going straight here. She loves Sylvanian family so much. The MCM area was really fun. Oh, this one's really well. Oh, they got the boat. I remember my sister had a boat as a child. It was like one of her favourite things. Oh, they got the wheel back. She played the wheel. I think she actually ended up winning something good, so she was happy with that. Oh, and they got all the statues. I don't know, it's just something I feel really nostalgic about Sylvanian families over. Oh, so cute. But we should go down to the main area. Sorry, I had to pause the video because someone was playing that really awesome Muscle Fit opening song. But just the problem is copyright. YouTube will just flank it straight up for copyright, and as this is like the unedited video, I'm gonna like be sitting here being like, take that song out. But unfortunately it does restrict who can see the video normally. So I try as much as possible. I do love this humongous monkey Luffy. I think he's been coming here for like 20 years, but he's still impressive. So here are some of the bigger manga pop. So this is the thing, there is so much competition here in France. Everybody's trying to sort of grab a bit of the market. I mean, that's the difference. That's the main reason why here you get so much more, because the market is so competitive. While in England, when it comes to manga, there is, as I said, there is a few sort of more popping up and like grabbing licenses here and there, but you're very rarely you're going to get more than 4 or 5 companies, and some of them companies are very much like, we're probably not going to come to Comic-Con. We don't really have the budget for that. So sort of here you almost get this sort of like battle royale to be like, who is the best here? Oh, we've got a whole solo leveling, because the artists the writers here this weekend. Oh, we got the Queuing World, which always gets a massive. I went on it 1 year, and they were just like to me, I'm going to be honest, we'll give you the free things if you're willing not to do anything with a big line. So I've only ever done it once, which is a shame, because it looks like there's some really cool stuff in there. There's like a Hero Academia, a free Ren. I mean, the year I did it, there was a free Ren thing, and I hadn't seen free. I just gave all my free Ren stuff to Rebecca because she was like, I've half read free Ren. Of course, they got Mao Mao, of course, very popular. Someone I'm expecting to see a lot of. Definitely something I'm expecting to see a lot of this weekend is Exhibition 33, because the staff are here. But it's a lottery, so it's going to be an absolute lottery if I'm actually going to get in for that. So that's why I'm not really sort of hyping myself for it, because it's like, it's going to be around and I'm going to be so disappointed. I know I'm kind of going in knowing I'm not going to get a lottery ticket. I did get really lucky earlier today. One of the Shonen Jump manga, one of the newer ones is here, he's signing, and I managed just to grab a ticket for his signing. Rebecca's really into Shonen Plus, and she really likes picking up the newest Jump stuff, so I was like, hey, give a gift to Rebecca. It'd mean a lot to her, something like that, especially if it does, because she's like, honest to God, she was like the first person to tell me stuff like Spy Fan. Most of these series here I found out through Rebecca, because she just loves reading Shonen Jump and just figuring out what manga's going to be good. Of course, we've got Dan. I love this of Rebecca. This is like her favourite character. She's even got a tattoo of her Turbo Granny. You can't not love Turbo Granny. The fact that she has a Rita Repulsa voice. Of course, Spy Family. It's odd to think when Anime UK started, Rebecca was like, yeah, there's this little up-and-coming series called Spy Family I think will go places. And it's mad to think, like, we're one of the first people we got invited to the West End premiere for the movie. I always think, like, Spy Family is going to be the series that kind of, when I think, if anime or the day anime, we're like old people, we're remembering all the stuff we did at anime in the UK. That's the show I think I'm always going to remember, is the rise of Spy Family. Yeah, it's quite a, as I said, a bit of a shame we don't have a guest here and walk and talk. I really did enjoy having Beth Ruby. I think she'd really would have loved to have been here. She's really gotten herself into Exhibition 33, and I was sending over like a load of photos of Paris, being like, does this remind you of something? So it's a real shame. She really would have absolutely adored it here. But we will see her in the future. I am pretty sure it's definitely not the last you've seen of Beth. And he said it's a shame this is a solo trip, but there's going to be so much to do. Having someone to talk to actually may be a waste of time. I'm going to get more done. I mean, as I said, it's nice that I'm able to see. I would go in there, but I don't want to go in there and they'll be like, you can't film in there, and it's just really awkward. I'm a bit like, I can't really stop. This is kind of my awkward. Oh cool, there's like another little set. It's like a school. Let's go back to school. Like, there's one area. Oh, it's Berserk. Oh my god, they got the Berserk. Again, I'm definitely going to come back for that later. I'm going to get my picture with the gut sword, with the dragon. Rick the Dragon Slayer. Someone's getting their photo right now. They're automatically probably looking. Oh my days. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, my wallet right now. My wallet's just like, no. I'm going to, oh my god, and they got Skull Knight. It's not just like the Meme 2, which is most Berserk merchandise. It's like, I need to had Fenice. I just died. They had like Fenice or Strife. I would just like cry. I'd just like, I love these guys. Oh, this is what I see a lot of these at the trade shows a few years back. They sort of got like football kits. These are really awesome. I think I showed some of these off. So it's actually nice to see them out in public. It's just a shame it doesn't seem like anyone in the UK's got them, But no surprise, of course, as I said, this is a way bigger market. My understanding is manga was brought over here a lot more in the 70s and 80s because there was a big Japanese population. So I think it's one of those things, it started out as people going, oh yeah, that thing that, you know, I remember from home. And I think they showed Saint Seiya on like regular French TV in the 80s, and it just became a huge hit. And then I think they showed the original Dragon Ball, and that was a huge hit. And then I think they would just be like, okay, people in France really like shonen like series, so they just dubbed loads of shonen shows. So that's why I feel like here in France, like stuff like Fairy Tail, Seven Deadly Sins, I think Seven Deadly Sins has done better here, and Fairy Tail has done better here than it has actually back home in Japan. As I said, this is one of the artists area, and I think this is some of the French made manga. And the cool thing is that a lot of the artists will come out and sign. I haven't caught up with him now. I have a friend called BB, French guy, part French, part English, and he was telling me, like, he goes, oh, like, I love all these like French mangas, and he said, oh, and the cool thing is that you can actually meet the artists because they will just come to events like this and just like randomly sign. Oh my god, I've seen my first Pokemon cards. Oh, I just remembered there is an area they have a Pokemon card. I noticed that every damn convention is getting a card game area. Due to, I think it used to be the, what they used to call the amazing, where they'd stick all the non-anime stuff. But this year they go, no, 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 training cards are popular. That's where I broke down because they have Berserk stuff. I don't know, that jacket is nice, but it doesn't scream. Oh my god, Dan. Because I remember one that the people came over and they're like, oh, you seem like a big anime fan, can you just like answer a load of questions about this? And they were kind of like tell us an anime you don't like, or you feel there's too much merchandise. I just say they go, Naruto. We got the Pokemon. That's so cool. The Pokemon. Of course, we've got the sword store. Noticing they're having to be 18 plus. If you want a sword here, you need to be 18 plus. Oh, and they got the Junji Itô, and I see. Oh, this looks cool. I kind of guy went over here because I am hopefully having this like a. Oh, they got animates. They got an animate store. It's funny because a lot of the stores that seem to get big lines are the manga artist ones, where people are like, oh, cool, like. So yeah, my understanding is a lot of also the mecha series came over here. Well, of course, in England, we didn't get. This is a. I have to tell the actual creator of Gundam this in England, because he was like, "Wow, you got Gundam in England?" And I have to be a bit like, the first one we got was first one we got was Wing, and in England, Wing is like by far the most popular Gundam. And it's just like weird having to tell like the creator, who had nothing to do with Wing, being like, oh, so it came out, but they didn't. But I did explain to you, I said, like, people have gone and, like, got the older series, like, there has been releases, like, your work has been seen, and but it was just kind of like, but the big push they had was with Wing. Because I even remember, like, Gundam model kits. This is cool, unfortunately I've just seen a no photo sign, so I'm just going to be fair. I don't want security coming over. That is an awesome robot. And now I think we're going to head in to the Pokemon card dash Yu-Gi-Oh card dash Disney card, because I can never remember the name of that game. I just called it Disney. Our Noob is here. There's just this French group called Noob, and they're always here. They appear, but no, honestly, like I've seen like their merch in stores, so they're like a big deal. So I guess it's kind of like, and the fact is that this is one of the biggest thing on our channel was of course the Trash Taste stuff. I guess you got to kind of consider that the equivalent, like when Trash Taste came to MCM and everyone just went crazy, which is kind of good. I'm so glad we got that content because they've never come back. I think that guy getting on stage was a big part of that. So this is like, I see they do have more of the Western stuff, but we do have the Disney Ankara, that's it, Ankara. And I think they have a One Piece trading card area, which of course we do have at MCM on the Bandai stores. I was interested to see here, it's got its own little area. There is a store, I did almost go and visit it, but yesterday was so hot. I was like, and even my dad called up, he's like, son, if you're gonna go to Paris, and he was even saying like, no, it's to the point where they are giving out safety warnings to say don't go to Paris because it had just gotten that hot. And he said, I know you, son, you'll just keep going and going. And he said, especially if you're in a country where you don't know the first language, you just got ill all of a sudden, like what are you going to do? There's no backup. So it was hot. It was like, I just got to a moment, I just hear his voice, like, I'm like, yeah, Dad, I think you're right on this. I'd like to have gone and done some more stuff. Ah, we got Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. That's so awesome. Good to see Yu-Gi-Oh. And we got the eBay area. And they got a claw machine. Of course, I think Trash Taste actually had probably come out and said they will never do France. Which is a shame in one way, because there's so much to see here, and I think they actually do have a fan base here. Probably not, they're nowhere near as big as something like London, but missing out on France would really suck. I will give it, like, if there's anywhere in Europe outside, anywhere in the world outside of Japan and maybe some of the Asian countries who love anime, it is France. It is quite amazing, like how next door in England, it really was a grassroots like type thing. We had our moments, but it really was like grassroots. These are like, you go and buy the VHS from a video game store. I even remember the VHS as being, you bought Neon Genesis, got 2 episodes, and that's all you got. That more what it was like in England. While here it was like, no, we had like Saint Seiya on TV. We had all these like giant robot like we had it like just on our regular children's television, to the point where I understand, I've read this up somewhere. This is quite funny actually. There was a lot of like, they just let censors never checked. And I think one day, I think it was quite near the end of Dragon Ball Z's airing, they started like watching it and they went, oh, this show's actually quite violent and probably isn't suitable for children. So they had to like just stop showing Dragon Ball for a while. Like, but it's not like, oh, you know, it happened in the Vegeta arc or something like that. No, it was the flicking like, I think it was like the last arc. It was when they went, oh yeah, maybe we should put some censorship onto that. Junji Itô is, of course, the big guest here, and he only has a lottery. So I think I have accepted. It is very unlikely. But I think he has a signing today, which wasn't announced. I just noticed it on the app, but it's a lottery, and as I say with the lottery, it's a lottery, so you're likely not getting one, because the way the lottery is set up is the longer the lottery goes on, the higher chance you have of winning if you enter. So what happens a lot of the time, especially the VIP, they all come straight in and they will start like going for the lottery tickets. And then you're just not going to, it's like the chances, so let's say you do it now, it's like a 0.1, and then like slowly as the day goes through, it'll go, okay, now it's 1%, now it's 2%, until I think just before it goes up to something ridiculously high. But then that's the question, is you gotta risk it, because the longer it goes, the more and more it's gonna go. Oh, this is what I really like about Japan Expo. They always have the really cool, they do a bit of this at Hyper Japan, but it's always done way better. They always have like, and they have many different martial arts. I got sumo. I've not seen them do sumo. I know MCM have the sumo guys, and they're always really popular. I would actually love to do a sumo video. That's actually one of my, like, if we could like dream videos, me take on like the British sumos. That would be really funny. Like, got stuff like kendo. I love to have done kendo. I'd be terrible at it. Like, no, you're gonna laugh right now. I took up yoga, because actually it was this time last year I had got seriously bad back problem. And I did yoga when I was a lot younger, but now I'm a big old guy, and it turns out in my hometown, like, there's just this really amazing yoga teacher. She has her own studio, so I just emailed her and said, hey, are you willing to put up with me? Oh, she's so lovely. She's so lovely. She has, like, there's a few other teachers there. They're all really lovely. And no, it's been a really great experience. We have succeeded. My back no longer hurts, so it's doing its work. And what I think is, just don't be scared to try something like that. Yeah, it was a bit intimidating, but now I'm into it. I'm into a flow. I mean, this is like, I'm not doing it this week because I'm here. But it's funny because my teacher's actually also on holiday, and I said, oh, what are the chances that we both are on holiday at the same time? There's someone covering the class right now, but I was just explaining to her, I was like, oh yeah, I won't be here the week after. I think the most wholesome one is, I think it was the day before I was going to, the day before I was going to Japan. I wanted to go, but I wanted to go to the airport in the hotel, and I was like, can I take the earlier class? And the earlier class was full of like all these elderly people, and they were all so wholesome, because they were like coming over like, hey young man, it's our yoga class, what it? And I just did like explaining to them. I was like, oh yeah, I did yoga like 12 years ago, and I've just recently come back. And they were just all like, oh, how fascinating, like how are you finding it, gently, like, and they were just so wholesome. It was like the most wholesome thing. So we're in the cosplay area now. I already see Exhibition 33 cosplay. That is awesome. I may be planning some Exhibition 33 cosplay with someone. And this is nice. This is sort of more like what Japan Expo does really right, or something like MCM would never seem to do, is they have these lovely community areas. I know we got stuff like MiyaniCon. I think that's the difference. That back home we have to make our own con if we want to do community stuff. But here it's lovely that we have such a big event, and people are like showcasing like all that. Look at all these amazing costumes. Like, it's just nice to see there is community things like this. And here is the cosplay stage, which, no joke, I ended up in one year. So it's quite a funny story. So this stage, they do shows all throughout, but there's all almost like do mini masquerades and things. And what happened was, there was like some guy was like, oh, there's an Attack on Titan meet. And this is where I had my big Colossal Titan cosplay, and he was like, oh, do you want to come to the meet? I'm like, yeah, sure, great. I didn't realize the meet was on the stage. The next thing, like, there's like this like 100 Attack on Titan cosplayers. I am the only Titan cosplayer there, and they're just like, just this girl, like, she just like comes up to me. She's like, you. And I think she was the leader of the group. She was like, you are in the middle. And she was like to everyone, she was like, everybody goes behind this guy. And then she starts like saying, I think again in French, like in all the different languages. Ah, it looks like there's an idol concert going on. So there's a more traditional area over here that relies on more traditional stuff. Sort of things you'd see on a Chris Abroad video. Don't worry, I love you, Chris Abroad, so much. Such an awesome guy. You don't watch Chris Abroad, people, for the love of God, go and watch Chris Abroad. And I think they've got some kendo drums. It's not the idol, that was somewhere else. There's an idol area, but we accidentally went past that. So you'll hopefully see it in the longer video. As I said, I'm going to definitely be having a sit down in a minute, because I think I need it. Plus, I think there's a Sylvanian family mascot show, and I am a sucker for mascots. So I will be watching that. Right, there's going to be a load of videos out. This is only the first one out this weekend. If you want Japan Expo coverage in English, it's great. And if you want Japan Expo coverage in French or a number of languages, we will have the AI audio coming. So guys, if it's not in English, it's not in French right now, don't worry, it will be in French. The audio, the French audio will hopefully be coming out. Oh, we see a good place, I think, to end it is on the Miku car. going to take one last look at the Mika car. The same one at MCM. They're borrowing things from MCM. I mean, that was the same display. But it's cool to see it here. I was saying, how did it get over the sea? And then I thought, Tim, it just went on Eurostar. Anyway, don't forget, smash that subscribe button and we'll see you in many more videos soon. Bye!